Alright. How's it going, everybody? I'm Evan from the DAE, and today I'm going to be working on Scratch to make a platformer project. So. Alright, so I got the cat, I got the code, I got everything I need. But let's change the character, actually. Got a lot of good characters, but I think my favorite is actually the bat. I don't know if that would work for a platformer, though, since they don't have a walking animation. I could make my own walking animation, but I'd like to use somebody else's for today. Well, I'm thinking I could make my own with Gobo, possibly. Yeah, I think I'll use Gobo. Now, in order to make a platformer, I'm going to need gravity, as in gravity in the game. But that's not a thing Scratch has by default. I'll have to make it myself. So what I'm going to need first is I'm going to need to make my own background that has its own ground that I draw. I'm going to make it kind of simple. I'm going to go for like a grassy look. I'm going to use bitmap because I feel that's easier to draw with. Just switched by using that. That's a pretty good green. I like that. Yeah. That's nice. Okay. And I guess I don't need to, but I'm also going to paint the sky a nice color. Ooh. Let's see. And yeah, that's good. Actually, no. Maybe lighten that up. Yeah, that's good. Heyo.
We're just on the wrong screen, that's all.
What's that?
We're just on the wrong screen.
On the wrong screen?
Um,
Oh no. What did I do wrong?
no, it's okay.
Don't make me cry.
Sir, you're still on this screen, so just...
Oh, did we open two different...
We opened two different Scratch
Oh.
projects. It's okay.
That's
That's
harsh.
the screen.
That's okay. I didn't do much yet. Thank you for catching me on it.
Amazing. It looks awesome.
Alright. So, now we're on the right screen. There we go. Whoopsies. That's quite alright, since I haven't done much yet. Glad we caught it just then. Alright, so, like I was saying, Gobo. That's my goal. And I'm going to make a grassy background. I'm going to try and make it look just like I had it before. I think that's a little bit brighter. Bitmap, and there we go. Lovely. And then I'm going to make a nice little sky. Huh? Just like before, needs a little bit of brightness. There we go. I'll keep that. That's nice. I like that. Alright, so now I can start working on the gravity for my character. So, gravity is made with variables. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a variable. Don't need this one. Get out of here, my variable. I'm going to make one called gravity for all characters. I could actually make it just for this one, but I prefer setting it for all. Now, first things first, I need to start creating a code that'll hold this. I always want them to be affected by gravity, so I'm going to use a forever block. And now I need to start making statements with if-then. So there's three different parts I need for gravity. I think I need to make one for hitting the ground, one for when I'm not touching the ground, and then I need one for when I jump. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to sensing, and I'm going to make it so if I touch the color of the ground, which is that green, then my gravity is going to set to 0. And now what I need to do is I need to make it so that this variable affects my character's movement up and down. So let us say that we're going to change y up here by gravity. you can actually insert these ones into where the numbers go. So now it says change by gravity, and if I touch the ground, it sets it to 0s, and it's not changing at all, which is nice. Next up. All right. So this one's going to be the opposite. So I'm going to say not touching the color of our ground. Awesome. And this will actually make it go down. So that would be negative. Like that. I'm using change so it gets faster and faster as it falls. As it should. Okay. So if I test this, yep, there we go. My character falls. It looks a little weird if I do it multiple times in succession, since the number keeps going down. I think it's going down a little too fast, so maybe I need to add a weight block. Like a very short weight block, like even less than a second. No, that's no good. That's nice. I like that. That's actually optional. I'm just adding that because I think it's going a little too fast. Cool. And next up, I'm going to add one more if-then, and this is for jumping. So, what key do I want to use for jumping? I guess spacebar. It's easy enough. Oh, I almost made a mistake. I need to make sure that I can't jump multiple times over and over. Oh, what was that? That was odd. Let's see. Oh, well, how's that one? There we go. How's that? Alright. So, yes, as I was saying, I almost made a mistake. I need to make sure that I need to be touching the ground to jump. So, I need to use and, because I need to press space key, but also be touching the ground. So, boom. Now if I start this, oh, of course. Honest mistake, totally forgot to even add what I need, which is to increase gravity. Oh, boom. So now I can only jump when I press space and I'm touching the ground. Jump's a little too low though, so I actually might make my character a little smaller, because if they're smaller, that means gravity will affect them more. I could also increase the number, but I think I should make it smaller. That's nice. I like that. Maybe make that a 12. That's good. I like that. Okay. So now I have gravity, and that affects up and down. What I need to do now is make it so I can move left and right. Now, let's see. I'm going to use a very similar version of this. Say also a forever, and I think it's also going to use 3 if-thens, because there's left, right, and stopping. Yeah. So I'm just going to make that section right there. So I need to have control for right, left, and I'll do that one in a bit. Now I'm going to need to make a new variable for this. I'm just going to call it movement, since it's left and right. And this one is going to be changed by X. So we'll put that in the forever up there. All right. So let's set the movement over here. So right would be 7, left would be -7. Just a number to see if it looks good. That's a pretty good speed. However, there's no friction. We have to make friction. That's what this one's for. Now this little code here is a little tricky. So let's see if I can get it. Let's see. So what I need to do is I need to make it so if they're touching the ground, they have some sort of friction. So if touching this color. Then what we'll do is we're gonna set movement and make a sort of equation here. Movement times less than 1, and that should make some sort of, there we go. That sets up some sort of friction. I think I should set it to less, because then it'll stop faster. Yeah, that's good. Oh, the jump's a little bit weird looking though. What if I get rid of that weight? Oh, that's looking good. Guess I don't need this. There you go. Alright. So my character moves fully, but I think I want to make them a little nicer, like, animated. Maybe make them turn left and right and all that. So, let's do that. Now, I could just add it to this code, but I think I'm actually going to set up a different code for it. Nothing crazy. Something kind of simple. So just a simple right-left, like this. I need to make sure to turn their direction to left-right so they don't start going like this. Woo! We don't want that. Let's see, so I'm going to have them point in direction 90 and negative 90 for left. That. How does that look? Better. Slightly off. Oh, that's better. There we go. I don't think they have a walking animation. They do not. I could set one up, though. Might look a little weird if I do that. I could try it, though. Are their legs separate? Ooh, they are. Is this part of the leg? I think they're an alien, so they're supposed to have like 3 legs. I'll try and make a simple little block. Nothing crazy though. Nah. Maybe. How's that look? It's not awful. It's not great. You know what? Sure, let's see how it looks. The way I'll do this is I'll just say that in a new little code here that if my movement is ever not 0, then it'll do that. If movement equals 0, or rather does not equal 0. You know what? This would be better in an else, because then I can make it switch back to the other pose. So I can say if movement isn't 0, then next costume. If it is, then switch costume to the original. Let's see how weird that looks. Oh, hold on. Oh, you know what? I just realized I could just switch these. Might work better. No? You know what I can do? I can see if this works. Maybe I'm... No. I'll worry about that after I work on some levels, but I have that in the back burner. So, next up is we gotta make some levels, but I need to also make a starting point for my character, so I'm gonna have them start right here, like in the air right here. So I need to make a starting code that has everything the game starts with. I'm actually gonna put it up here, just so I can find it easily. So I gotta say that they go to this spot, right here, and I need to set the background always to this background, which we're just going to call Backdrop 1. I could name it Level 1, but I'll just call it Backdrop 1 for now. Good. That's nice. Now, what I'm also going to do is I'm going to set both gravity and movement to 0 when the game starts, and the reason I'm going to do that is I don't think it'll be very pretty if my character's falling into like a pit, and then I start the game over, and they just go like straight drilling into the ground because they kept their speed, their momentum. So then when I start, perfect. Okay, awesome. So I have a start. Now comes the art where I have to make the levels. So I'm gonna make like a simple design for the exit, and it's gonna be the same color every time, so I can make a code to go through. Well, how should I design it? I think actually, what might be easier would be a sprite. So I'm gonna make a sprite that is my exit, and I think this is a good color for it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make like a portal looking thing. And what would it look like if I were to give it a whirl effect? First let me make a little design on it or something. Whoa. Very simple. But how would that look with a whirl effect? Not very interesting. Well, it starts to get interesting. Maybe I should add some more colors to it. That's kind of cool. Maybe the actual circle needs some changes. Maybe what if I kind of gave it like a just some like kind of like designs like this. That's kind of cool actually. I like that. And then how does that look when it's animated is my question. Let's try animating this with a simple forever loop. And maybe a back and forth repeat of the whirl effect. I'm going to set the whirl to already have happened, so it doesn't look normal. Maybe like 50. Then I'm just going to have it go back and forth between these two. How's that look? Nope, weird. What if I up it? Also weird. What if I make it way higher? Too fast. So what I'm doing there is I'm just increasing the repeat but lowering the whirl effect, which means that it will transform slower. Because if it moves really fast, it looks kind of weird. I kind of like this though. I'm going to make it even more of an effect. I actually kind of like that. The only thing I don't like are these things. I'm getting a little too caught up in making the design like of the shape, which I probably shouldn't, but it's so fun to draw this stuff. For now, I'll keep it as it is. I like that. That looks pretty good. But if I have extra time, I'll keep working on that later. For now, what I have to do is I need to pick a spot for it to be. So since it's a sprite, I need to change its spot for every level I make. So for this first level, it's easy enough. It's just going to be over here on the opposite side. This level is just you're learning how to play. You walk left and right. So you just walk over here. Oh, I forgot to mention, I can just hide these variables since it's just for me to know. The player doesn't need to know. Alright, so that portal's done. What's next is to code it, so if I ever touch that portal, I go to the next backdrop. So, I could actually add it to this code here. If I I ever touch... Let me name it portal just so it's easy to find. Ever touch portal, I will go to the next backdrop. I don't have any extra backdrops yet, but I'm going to make some now. Just copy that ground color, and let's make a new backdrop. Whoop. Sorry, Gobo. Alright. So, I'm kind of going for like a descent with my levels. I think they're going to be going lower and lower, almost like Gobo's exploring a cave or something. So, I'm going to start them on this platform up here. And maybe they have to go down like this. I don't think I want any pits yet, so I was tempted to put a pit there, but not yet. Maybe for like the 3rd level. And I'll make this more like a... maybe like a cave background. I need a nicer... there we go. How's that look? Maybe I'll just keep this guy for now. But I should add like a little background thing. Maybe I'll make a little background mountain that's going like, hi. There's a little mountain in the background. And he's gonna have a smile on his face. He's going like... there we go. That's the extent of my artistic ability. You know what? No. We're adding a nice little sun as well to this level. This level has the most amazing background. Never understood why people draw the sun with shades, because that would imply they're cool, but that doesn't make sense because it's the sun. But nonetheless, I'm doing it. That works. Alright, cool. Looks kind of like an emoji. So my level starts. Now this is going to freak out. Yep, because I need to add a new starting point for my character. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start making a little section up here of when backdrop switches to. So for each level, they start in a new spot. So level 2, they should start right here. Backdrop switches to backdrop 2, go right there. And you can also set gravity and movement to 0, just like we did before. And we also need to do that for the portal. I think the portal should actually be even smaller. So we can put it right there. We're going to do the same exact kind of code. Perfect. Only thing I would change is I think that the direction should be correct when they first land. So that would be -90. Perfect. How's that look? Lovely. Now there are a lot of ways to do gravity and platforming. The one I have set up lets me jump through the platforms. That's the main reason why I'm doing a descent. But I think this will work out for the better because I could actually do some cool mechanics with this in some way. But what I need to do now is I need to make some more levels. It's time to draw. Oops, I don't need to duplicate it. I'll just make a new one. You know what I'll do? This one will have a cave kind of thing behind the portal. So it's like you're entering a cave, kinda. cannot draw rocks. Beautiful. Couldn't have done it better. Perfect. Maybe add like some shading, because rocks just gotta have shading. Oh. Alright, spending too much time on that. Doesn't look great. That is fine. This level will be the first that takes place in the cave. So let's give it a nice cave background. Darker. Perfect. Alright, you know what? I think I actually want to make the floor a different color for this, but that would mess up my code. So I actually need to set up a new code here. I'm going to edit these to include a new color. Which color it's going to be, let's decide. I don't know about that. Actually, I might use a gray. Kind of like a dull brown almost. That might be nice. That's not awful actually. I kind of like that. It reminds me of like some sort of ashy kind of like ground surface. I like that. That looks good with the level. But oh, I don't want the platform to be there because that's too similar to the last level. You know what I'll do? This will be the first level with a pit. Not just any pit. It's going to be a lava pit, because every platformer has lava. That's just normal. I'm not going to put too much detail in the lava. I've already shown that I cannot draw stunningly. But this will be my third level. I actually quite like this one. It's kind of nice. So, let's do the same thing we did before. Let's make code for it. That starts. One for my buddy Gobo. Let's see how that looks. Do some tricks over here. Ah, yes. Like I said, we need to make it so we can actually touch that color ground. This is going to be a lot of and operators. So I'm actually going to just delete all these ones and just make one up here for this. That'll be easier. Duplication is your friend. Boom. And now I can just duplicate this into each spot that needs it. Yes. There we go. Oh. Oh. Why did I use and? I should have used or. You know what? I was thinking of when we used it for the jump. Foolish me. We need or, not and. Let's try this again. This time it should work. Alright, looking good. There we go. Awesome. So, I need to make it so this lava actually hurts. I think I'm just going to do a basic, if you touch it, you go back to the start. Nothing like, I don't think I'm going to make a life system right now. I want to make it have some difficulty. So, this color here is going to be bad for Gobo. Now, this won't actually be that hard to code. I just need to basically do the game start code again whenever I touch that color. So what I can do is I can just make a forever if then touching that lava, and I think I can just duplicate this first part in here. So now what it'll do is it should just start over. Let's see if that's true. Let's touch the lava. Oops. Yep. Oh, that's not good though. You know what I need to do? I need to tell the portal to also do this same exact location if it's backdrop 1. That's the issue. There we go. Now most of my code for like the technical stuff is done, so I think the rest of the game is just making the art for it, I think. Maybe I'll make it make a sound when that happens. Nah, not right now. What I can do is I can make a little animation when it happens. So they can hide. Wait 1 second. And then show up. And that means I also need to have them show at the start of this one, so there's not any glitches where they hide and don't ever show up again. Because that would be a little hard to play. So let's see if that looks better. They hide, and then that looks great. I like that. Awesome. Alright, let's make some more levels. Oh, sorry, Gobo. I keep doing that to you. Okay. So for this level, let's see. So I have one that goes left to down. I'll have a rising one this time actually. Mix it up a little. Gonna make some thin platforms that might help the player understand that they can go through them. Kind of Smash Brothers style. I'm not going to be too precise about having them the same. Actually, that's nearly the same, I think. Alright. And, yeah, I'll just put the portal up there. This is just to remind them that they can do some jump and stuff. Because I think all the levels beforehand, you actually need to jump ever. Oops. Oh, right, I need to make gobos. I think gobos would actually be the same as the first level. Unless I'm wrong. I don't think I am. What's the start of the original? It's 174, negative 21. Let's see if that's actually true. Yeah, like you can see if I just don't use space, I think, what the? That doesn't seem right. Oh. Forgot to change that to 4. Oops. Now, can I beat this one without jumping? Yep, just barely. Okay, yeah, that's pretty good. See, that's a little higher than jump, so it actually teaches them that they can kind of climb up. I like that. That's good. All right, nice. I think I could add 2 or 3 more levels to this, and then that should be a good amount. Maybe have 6 levels total. I don't know. Let's just keep working on them. Okay. made sure to stop it this time so I didn't have poor Gobo falling into eternity like last time. Okay. For this one, I'm thinking basic long jump. This is just a scary one here. And the lava's coming back. Unfortunate for Gobo, but I think he can make the jump. Like I said, most of the technical code, like all the gravity here and the lava sending them back, going through the portal, all that's pretty much done. So the rest of the project is really just making the levels, which is pretty cool. Big fan of that. Okay. Oh, whoops. I keep forgetting to make Gobo's start. I think it's up here. Let's just make it without looking and hope for the best. Actually, switch it this time. Okay. Oop. Once I finish this, I'm definitely going to try speedrunning this game. So this is the one where you jump, you can climb a little, whoop, like that. And then let's see if we can make this long jump. Oh, it's actually not. Okay. Okay, Gobo, I understand. We know your limitations. So what we're going to do, actually, maybe we'll make a little platform here. Like that. And see how that looks. Right. There we go. Jump up here. Better. Alright. Now, for the next level, I think I should add an enemy. Now, I might just look at what Scratch has for me here. What could be a good enemy for Gobo? A chick. Yep, it's the chick. I think we're just gonna have it, this little chick, be the prime enemy for Gobo here. Now, they are not going to be in the first few levels. I'm going to have them hide. However, once we get to the level they show up in, which will be the next one I draw, they're going to have to avoid them either by jumping or something like that. So let's do that part. You know what? Just for design's sake, I'm going to make it even darker in the background because it's like implying that they're getting further in the dungeon, or cave rather. Maybe it is a dungeon, maybe there's treasure at the end of it. Or maybe it's just Gobo likes parkour. That could be it too. You know what? Enemy level is going to be simple. It's just going to be Gobo and the enemy. So let's have them face right, or rather left. Don't know why I said right. I'm gonna have them right there, and they're gonna just do a little animation when we get there. With a delay. I just realized how fast that'll be. Like 0.3, that's good. And I need to tell them to show up at this level, precisely. Gobo will start. Maybe I should have some of these down here. You know what? Yeah, I'm going to move these up so I can make a little more room. show on this level. And they'll also make sure to go to that spot, just in case I want to use them for a later level. Might be cool to have like a recurring enemy that shows up every now and then. This is fantastic. Oh, that's a little scary. Catches the player off guard, including the creator of it, apparently. Alright, there they are. The most devious enemy there could be. Right there. Now, can Gobo jump over this character? I don't think... No, he cannot. So I will make them smaller. I did 700 when I meant to do 70. Now that's the boss. A 727 sized chick. That's the boss. I'm not even joking. If I make a boss, it's gonna be that. Okay, and I need to tell the portal to go up here too. The longer I look at my portal, the less happy I am with it, but it looks good when it's warped. It just doesn't look great when it's not. But we can always fix that in post at a later time. All right. Okay, very good. There's my enemy. Now, they actually don't affect Gobo yet. I need to code it to do that. And I can do that very easily. I could just copy this code here, put it down here, and replace the lava with the chick. Now, I need to start the game over in order to do that. What I'm actually going to do is I'm actually going to make a cheat button. This is actually pretty normal in game development that developers will make a cheat button that just skips forward or does something different so they can test stuff. So I'm actually going to make it Q. I'm not going to keep this when it's done, but it's good for just testing, so I can just skip through levels. Alright, we can jump over. Perfect. Next level time. We also need to, I just remember, we also need to tell the chick that if we restart, we have to also hide. Almost forgot. Now, I think that I'm going to make one more level. And it's going to be a big baddie. Like, it's kind of like a classic video game style. They have the little enemy, and then they make a bigger version be the big boss. So this place is going to be super evil looking. Or as evil as I can make it look. So let's do just that. It's going to be like a boss arena. But I'm just going to have it be a button. It's not actually going to be a tough boss at all. I tricked you. So when we get to this level, we are going to set our size to something ridiculous. I just want to test and see what happens. Oh, this needs to be 70, right? Set size to, like, what was it, 727, I think it was? Something like that. I'll have them move over to the side. So let's do just that. There we go. But we're gonna have them right here. Big boss. Giant chick. And the portal will be behind them. Like that. Oh, that's genius. We need to make sure that it is in front, so we'll say go to front, go to this spot, and then set size. Oh, but I don't want that. That one, no, we don't need that. That's the evil boss. But we're gonna make it super easy. I'm just gonna make a button that they press. And after that, we'll make a little victory screen, and I think we'll be set. Nah, not that color. Make it a little bit slightly grayish. Perfect. Oh, you know what? No, I got an idea. I'm a genius. Hold on. I know what I'm doing. Yeah, there we go. And then check this out. There we go. So it actually looks like a button, right? Then I can just delete that part, and we got a button. And now I can just, for the pressed version, get rid of that part. Or I could erase it a bit, like, maybe like... Actually, no. It's easier if it's just gone, like that. Awesome. Now we need to make sure it starts on that version, where it's unpressed. And it's hidden, because obviously, you know, makes sense. So, hidden, it will show up on, which backdrop is this? I believe it's 7? Yes, 7. Show. Now, what's gonna, actually, I'll put the switch costume just in case there's some glitch that would make it not show there. And then what we'll do is we'll broadcast with this. So forever, if touching our friend Gobo, they will switch to the costume where they're pressed, and they will broadcast. Actually, I'll use a wait until. I think a wait until would be better here. It's kind of similar to an if then, but a little different. And we'll broadcast a message that says button pressed. And when the button's pressed, the chick will get smaller and smaller until they are no more. I wonder if this will work. Let's see. Oh no, I forgot to make a starting point for there. It should be right here. Almost forgot. Let's switch that to 7. There we go. And that needs to be here, like I said before. Apologies for how much I use duplicate. I'm just so used to going crazy with it. Let's jump over this. Boom, we're at the end. Let's see if it works. Oh, actually, you know what? Let's make the turn 360 for them so it actually looks like it works. And after they do that, you know what? This will be funny. Hold on. We'll just hide at the end. It just goes boop, like that. Skip over. That looks a little incorrect, actually. What we need to do, you know what? I know how to fix this. What we'll do is we'll just flip the, like that, yeah. Nope. There we go. I need to make sure they're facing the right way at the start of the game. Oops. All right. see if that works. Oh, I need to make it repeat a bit less. A little bit less. I can also just make it so that when their size gets to a certain amount, they hide, but I don't think that's necessary, considering we're already pretty close to it looking good. Oop. So close. Why does it feel like it's Oh my gosh, we're so close. I'm a perfectionist, I'm sorry. 73. If it's not this, then I'm just keeping it that way. Perfect, that works. Then we can get to the portal. And we'll just make a quick you win. And that'll be our game. Gobo, I've wronged you 3 times today, I'm so sorry. So we'll just make a little victory stand that they can be on. With a nice sunny background. Maybe I'll add a cloud or two. What a perfect cloud. And then in giant text we can say, you win. I'll use the pixel one. I like the pixel one. Yeah, here's a little trick I like to use a lot. That's pretty cool. You can type something, and this is true not just in Scratch but anywhere. You can type something with text once and then repeat it with a different color and make it like a 3D effect. So now I'll make this purple and darker. And now if I type it again and match the size, I can make it look a little 3D. See? Looks pretty good. I like that. Now let's just set their starting point here, which would be obviously right here. And obviously we'll make sure that it's all working before we call it done. We need to hide the button once we go here. We also need to hide it if they somehow don't press the button and they touch the chick. Let's also hide that when we get to that one. The chick's already hidden, and the portal we can hide. The portal has finally finished its job. Until we start the game again, obviously. Now I'm going to get rid of Gobo's cheat button. And we are just going to see if the game works. So. Good. The level looks nice. Enter the cave. Now there's lava and it's a little dangerous. This all reminds us we can jump. Lovely. Long jump. A little tricky. Might scare the player. Good. Like it. The first enemy, and technically, I guess the only enemy unless you count the boss as an enemy. We have to jump over this one. Whoop. Like that. Easy enough. And now we defeat the beast of the cave, which is a giant baby chicken. Press button. Whoop. Now I guess if somebody thinks that's an attack, they could jump over it, but they'll learn if, soon enough. You win. Alright, that looks really nice. I like that a lot. So, I'm going to make sure I save this to my computer just so I don't lose it. Awesome. Any other extras I think I should add? I might quickly make it so they look like they're walking. That's the last thing I'll do. So, I already made a little walk. It doesn't look good at all, but it'll serve its purpose. Well, you know what? hold on. Actually, no, I think I can make this work. If I awkwardly use the pen tool to change the walk. Oh, that looks terrible, but you know what? It works. We'll use it for this situation. Does not look good at all. But it serves its purpose. So, what we'll do is we'll make a code similar to this. I could actually copy this and just get rid of what I don't need. So I don't need this. I don't need this. I don't need this, and I don't need this. And I just realized I could actually just make it an if then else. Honestly, I didn't even need to duplicate that. Complicating it for myself. If right arrow or left arrow is pressed, then we will make it gobo switch costumes. But if none of them are pressed, then we'll just switch back to the A. Hey, that works. It looks a little weird, but it works. Now, I forgot to make it so the portal shows up at the start. Oops. That walk is very goofy, but you know what? I kind of like it. Looks funny. Alright. If I really wanted to, I could also make it so that when they're in the air, it doesn't animate anymore. That shouldn't take too long. Let's just see if I can do it really quickly. And then we'll be wrapped up. Let's see. Our left arrow. So what I could do is, if I could put an if then else in my if then else exception. I could say if they're touching the color green, the next costume, but if they're not, then they could use costume B and just stick to costume, or rather A2. That looks good. How does it look with just the original? Might look better. I like that better. Alright, so they have animated legs when they jump. They're not animated. That looks good. I like that a lot. Let me just make sure the game works again. Oh, they stopped animating. What? Why is that? What the? Why is it stop animating on this level? Well, that's very weird. That is certainly a mystery. Remember when we got two colors that we could run on? That's what it is. Boom. Now let's try it. And this will be the last time we test the game, because I think that this running won't actually change how the game's played. It's just a visual thing, but you just want to make sure when you test your games. Oh, I found a little cheat there. If you just run to the right, you can ignore that whole part. I bet there's a lot of cool speedrun tactics you could do here. Whoop, that was a close one. And whoop. Remember when I was talking about how nobody should be doing that? Well, I did it. Glad I proved that even I can be a fool sometimes. Alright, so this time I'm not going to embarrass myself, because I'm actually great at this game that I made. Okay, there we go. That last part didn't happen. Just forget that part happened in the stream. And you win. Awesome. Alright. I don't think there's anything else I need to add to this. We got a lot of code here, but I think this looks pretty good. I'm just making sure there's nothing that I want to add. I think we're good here. Alright, so I'm just going to make sure I save this again. And I will name that in a bit. But, yeah. That was very fun to make. Awesome. So, I think that'll be the end of this stream. I hope you enjoyed. And, come again for another.